what kind of factors do you think make those people Bitcoiners that don't even know that they are yet?
The humbleness, right? The compassion, the sort of eternal joy that's inherent in some people already, and it's not a formula. Some people exist like that, and whether they know Bitcoin or not, it's kind of sometimes starting to be like, well, it doesn't really matter. I would, of course, love to share Bitcoin with everyone. So I would hope that Bitcoin comes into their life and they, because if they're suffering without Bitcoin, but they're sort of able to do what they do in spite of not knowing about Bitcoin, because that's in a way a real hero as well. Sometimes some people live in this fiat world and they're really struggling, but they have so much love and compassion, they're able to do it, in spite of the fiat bullshit.
Imagine it's hope, isn't it?
Oh man,
that's the missing piece of the puzzle.
100% hope.
They get it. Yeah. They don't know. They know that there's a problem. They don't know exactly what it is, and then Bitcoin just plugs that gap.
That was what it was for me.
But the funny thing, when you were saying that, and I agree with everything that you were saying, a non-Bitcoiner who has only listened to mainstream media, who thinks that it's bad for the environment, it's a Ponzi scheme, and only used for criminals, would think that everything you said was really crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what are you talking about? How could you possibly say that about this thing?
Is it all just about levels of consciousness? I just pulled up this. There's different levels of consciousness here. I'm sure Roger's very familiar with this. Susie, maybe as well. On like the lower levels of consciousness are more primal. They're more like fight or flight type emotions, and so I'll just read it all the way from the bottom upwards: shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, and then finally enlightenment. And to me, what Roger's speaking about here is that you can be at higher levels of consciousness, but bad money like fiat and the society that's constructed on top of it, the attention economy, wants to drive you down in these levels of consciousness, and maybe Bitcoin can help free you to move up in these levels.
I can see exactly that.
Is that the thesis, Roger?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh my God. I mean, there's roundabout ways of looking at things, but essentially Bitcoin is helping us all align through an agreement, right? So it's a practical tool that enables us to kind of bypass that, for want of a better word, that sort of the connection we need to this physical idea of stuff.
I've got an idea, and it's based on what you said yesterday of the actually, like we're talking about going to other planets and like how it's just kind of all the same because you're just living in your own set of hallucinations that your brain creates based on the stimuli around you. So whatever, it's just some different signals. But one element of consciousness that we can all agree on is the Bitcoin time chain, right? So actually, it's like it's not just a verifiable history.
Yep.
And it's not just independently verifiable history. It's one that you can all tap into. Then you kind of, I don't know. To me, it's like it's like a really good proof that time is moving on. For example, because of the entropy aspect. Like in general, the tendency is for just entropy to increase in the universe unless you do work, right? And then you can kind of reduce the chaos. And if you it's like if you drop a bag of flour or sugar, right, and it goes pff, you never see that action in reverse. Why? Because it just doesn't make sense from an entropy perspective. Like there's too much energy that has to like go into like reorganizing everything to put it into to order. And as time goes on, you see, the like thermodynamics.
Well, the Big
change.
Bang Theory, right, is that everything, including this, is still expanding. Everything's still moving.
Does that not do your head in? What is it expanding into?
Do you not think Bitcoin's this beautiful mix of the two, of where actually entropy is really important, right? For generating seeds and addresses, right? For generating private keys and for generating addresses. But also it's this system of like so much in the right place of where it needs to be, but it's one that's happened as a consequence of the incentives being right for it to grow into that sort of shape with the miners and the nodes and there's lots of rigidity in it, but there's also a lot of there's a lot of order, and there's also lots of disorder where there needs to be. And it's a nice kind of mix of the two.
It's 100% paradox in that way. Order and chaos. I mean, it's pure mathematics, and in the market, it's just pure chaos. But that's what Bitcoin is. It's order and chaos. It's rules without rulers. It's peace and revolution. It's the complete paradox. I think it is literally the holy grail in this way. And I know I don't want to get religious about it, but is this perfect balance of things, which is actually the unification of opposites, because it meets at that axiom, and that balance is actually, it's a relinking. It is literally a religion. I mean, this is where the word religion comes from. That relinking is the circle, as we were talking about yesterday. That's that. I call I like to think of it as the cycle of life, but it's the Ouroboros. This is where our chemical images come from. It is the cycle of life, and it's purely and the beauty of it is pure information, and Bitcoin is pure information, and science has actually told us now that the universe is made of pure information, and Bitcoin is pure information.
I love the fact that people like you exist, Roger.
Do you think Fiat creates? Do you think Fiat creates impure information? And do you think maybe the reason politicians don't adopt Bitcoin is because they need impure information for political arbitrage? No. I mean, they don't realize, right? But it's kind of like you can't. It's not like they're choosing this. This is more like this is just the incentives are that way. Does that make sense? It's like it's harder to build I don't know, lies on truth maybe than the other way around. I don't know.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it is. They
don't understand that, they don't understand nature. They understand fiat, and fiat is like the opposite of nature, and so that's why they don't align.
I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Fiat is actually.
It's a disease.
It's a disease that's been born out of our need to sort of, for want of a word, like concretize things, physicalize things, But that system has led us down a path that has basically begun to erode society, right? Because it's built on a system that encourages this unbalancing. I like to think of it and the more unbalanced we become, the more crazy society looks, really, which is not crazy in a good way, crazy in a sort of.
I just see it as like doing anabolic steroids. Like money printing is just like doing anabolic steroids for your economy.
It's an abusive
It's
way.
like, okay, maybe you can pump it, but to get the gains are gonna catch up to you, and then now you've broken the backbone of your economy or body, right? You've seen Ronnie Coleman, the guy can't walk anymore.
It's a measuring system that we have broken, and that breaks our measuring system for value itself.
Yeah.
And so now we can't actually value things properly anymore. And I think Bitcoin is going to enable us to revalue things again.
Not everything. Actually, I was thinking about this earlier. Not everything should be valued in terms of fiat and money either.
I don't think that's what Roger means. I think it's more like he's like, no, people need to appreciate different.
Oh,
things
is that not what you meant?
Yeah.
Sorry.
As in, he doesn't mean like a cost of it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you do.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean. Yeah, because
Maybe all of it.
we can't, because it is a balance. So we have to keep what we've developed over the last 500 years, there is value in what we've become. But also,
did you watch Dr. Jack Cruise's talk in Prague about like better aligning with circadian rhythms and some of this sort of stuff? Did you see any of that?
I've heard him speak before about that stuff, but yeah.
But do you think like some of this is kind of what? Like, is this some of what you mean? Is like valuing things that are actually that you need, like sunlight, like a sleep schedule, like.
I mean, we've all grown up in a system where valuing things has become about. It's become way too physical, basically.
Fiat. We value everything in terms of fiat.
So we value money, we value possessions, we value this kind of.
To me, like the like thing. Demonization of motherhood relative to like. I don't know. Other roles that women can choose to take has been to me is one of these factors that have like really kind of.
Do you know when I had my first baby and I hung out with a lot of mums, some mums didn't go back to work. When you asked,
now they all have to because they're all doing it. Does that make sense? There's no young mums to hang around with, so they all go back to work.
But it wasn't even about that. You would speak to a stay-at-home mum, and they would tell you they were a stay-at-home mum, almost with a sense of shame, like they didn't have a job. Yeah, it was for me the hardest job I've ever done in my life.
Exactly.
I had a year off on maternity leave with my first and my second, and it killed me. It was so hard. Being a stay-at-home mum and trying to do the best job that you can is by far the hardest job
But
I've
I'm saying
ever had
this
in
is
my
a
life.
very natural role that, yes, it's hard, but is rewarding and has been
But society
demonized.
doesn't. Yes,
it's
exactly.
been demonized now.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. It's these Fiat drives like separation from natural alignment.
No one would proudly say that they're a stay-at-home mum and broadcast it like it was the most important and hardest job in the world.
It's almost like you have to create psychological operations on the population to make them go back to work, so they don't realise that one income doesn't properly, support a family anymore. It's sure. Cheers.
But even the thing is though, even if I.
Like the people that own the central banks didn't fund feminism and stuff. All right, okay, I'm done.
What is feminism?
Oh, I don't know.
I just like the word equality. I think that's a much better.
I think we should celebrate differences, and I think I don't know. We shouldn't treat everyone as if they're the same.
Exactly.
But they should have the same opportunities, no?
I agree, but I think unfortunately politics gets driven towards equality of outcome, not equality of opportunity. And unfortunately, opportunity will always have some sort of distribution because ability always has a distribution in different factors, right?
Definitely.
Like, I don't know. I'm terrible at basketball. I'm good at maths. Like, it's like, do you mean like there's different people are good at different things? Okay, maybe some people aren't so good at many things. But just treating them as if they are doesn't make society better. Just lowering standards doesn't make.
I don't think that's what they're asking for, though. I
think there's standards lowered all over society, and it's basically because we can't afford to keep maintaining standards. Like inflation, like we don't have enough staff to do this kind of level, or just drop the standard, or like maybe,
don't know.